this is where these guys go. And the braces are like one of the most important parts of the box. Now back to business. So this is our 4th order bandpass that we're building. We're going to build braces, we'll call this A, B, and C. 3 braces that we're going to build today because we need the structure of the box to be solid, so it doesn't jeopardize how much bass output we get. I'm going to go ahead and do some quick measurements. I'm going to make sure I have all my staple guns, everything ready to rock and roll, loaded with new staples in it. I'm going to put a fresh jigsaw blade and everything so we have all nice clean cuts. Let's work on this brace first. Alright, so let me show you what I got going on so far. So I've already got my columns that are going to go up against the baffles cut out already. And now what I'm figuring out, I'm going to do the back brace first. And I put 2 pieces of 3/4 to represent the back of the box piece, and the little baffle or the little brace support that's going to go up against the wood. And I want to get precise cutting, so I'm going to measure from inside of it to give me a precise number. So it's like really like wedged in there, you see what I'm saying? But like perfectly, not overdoing it. So we're just going to go ahead and push those really good together. So basically it's 5 1/8 pretty much. The support that's going on the inside, it's going to be double there, so we need to cut 2 pieces of wood out right now. So it's going to be 15 1/2. And then it's going to be the 5 1/8, but it's still going to get notched down because it's going to get a top and a bottom, remember. Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect. It fits in there perfect, guys. So you see how it just sits inside there? It's not fighting to see like squeeze me in, and it's bulging pieces out. It's just sitting on there just flush to where this is nice and flush up against it, and same thing with this. So man, we are in there, guys. You get the idea of what's going on right here, right? And the purpose of this, support the cutout and this back piece of wood so it doesn't flex. So now with that in place, it would have just got stapled and it still would have had some play action right there. But now it's solid, so it's not going nowhere. Same as well as the bottom. You know, if that column was not there and we just built the box, it'll make some, you know, base, but we'll lose some of it because it's not like solid, held it in place, and then it has opportunity for it to like blow apart. So with that, the box stays solid and playing all as one. Once we put that top piece, it actually, you know, there's not going to be no flex movement right there as well. Same thing with right here. I may do a piece support beam that goes right here, just so this doesn't, you know, flex or anything, which it shouldn't, you know, be a problem, but it'll help me sleep at night that this at least has some bracing, so it's solid. And we're going to put columns right here as well, bracing that, so these baffles do not shake or nothing. Now the port, this thing is going to be complicated because we're going to support the bottom of the box, supporting the bottom of the port, then looping around, and you know that supporting the top of the port, and the top of the port is going to support this piece right here, so we don't have to do a brace right here. So and it's going to support the top of the box so it doesn't move at all, and we still have access to be able to put the subs in and out, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the plan for this guy. This is the shape that we're actually going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out pretty good. I'm going to put a brand new fresh fine cut blade so it gives me a nice perfect cut, and then we're going to staple this onto the other piece of wood, cut a lot of the access off once again, and then we're going to pass the router on it, so it gives us perfect cuts and it gives us an identical piece, so it looks really good. I got the brace cut out, and what I actually did, as you can see, I always just leave like a little bit overhang, and then I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to staple it together, and then I'm going to go ahead and run the flush router bit on it, so it's like the exact same piece. It's a replica of it. So let me go get some wood glue, my staple gun, and then we're going to staple this thing down, man. Alright, so basically that brace is done. You see how it has like the C curve. Once we router it, put the round over, and we texture the box, man, I think it's gonna look very nice. Now we just need to concentrate on these side columns and get those cut out. But I think these are just gonna get like simple cutouts. You see what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. We just pretty much wanted to just hold structure. There's nothing pretty, nothing about them. They just got to do their job. Took the liberty of already drawing out the cutout that we're doing for the side braces, and the cutouts are intended for to share airspace and to look cool, I guess. But we're gonna cut this all out, then we're gonna come back and round over it. Same thing with the other brace. And the braces are like one of the most important parts of the box. Okay, so both of the pieces are cut. I'm gonna put them inside the box so you can see what they do. Braces for the side baffle. We'll call that one C baffle and C brace. Its purpose is to keep this baffle in place from it like really moving, so it stays nice and solid. Same thing with the baffle A. That brace is to keep that solid so this does not move at all. You see what I'm saying? And this brace is intended so there's no flexibility on this back piece. A quick glimpse of what's going on. And like I said, even just we're doing this stuff right here, it's still time consuming and still cracks your head because every cut has to be precise. You see what I'm saying? Like it has to like line up. Our box is about to get really heavy because we are starting to put this thing together today. We're gonna staple some pieces in place, because we can't move forward unless stuff is stapled so we can get exact measurements. We have all the pieces that we had cut out yesterday, like our braces, they're all right here. We're gonna assemble everything today and we're gonna router them out and make them look really pretty. Round over bit is in, locked, ready to rock and roll. We have our pieces that we did yesterday, and I'm gonna actually test this piece out real quick before I start routering it because we don't want any mess ups on these guys. And we're not looking for it to give us a lip, we just want a nice round over edge. And there you have it. We're rounded over. Looking fabulous on both sides. Look at this guy. Oh yeah. We're getting it now. I took the liberty of routering out the edges for parts of the braces that are going on the side of the box, not where the plexiglass is going. And you just see this one right here. And I actually drew the line where the brace has to sit so I can staple it so it can look, you know, nice and straight and even. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble those because those braces are actually ready to get put together. We'll call these A and C brace are done. They're not the most prettiest thing in the world, but they're going to serve its purpose, and that's to keep the box from flexing. The baffles actually, and the top just to be held down a little bit more as well, and as well the bottom. Like I said, they're not the prettiest thing in the world, but they're going to put in some serious work. Just in case you were wondering, this is where these guys go. This one goes right here, and the other one goes over here. And like I said, it helps this baffle from, you know, having flexibility. Same thing with that one, helps that baffle from flexibility. And, you know, the more sturdier the box is, the more, you know, base that it's going to produce. Brace where the plexiglass going, it is assembled and put together. All I really got to do is put the little notches right there in the front, and I think it should be ready to rock and roll. But overall, it looks really good. I like it, and we're gonna let it sit for a bit, and then we're gonna attach it. This is actually gonna be a better look for you guys, so you can see what's going on. So that's one brace right there. That's the brace that I just put together, and that's the other brace. Now it's looking like a box. Brace there, brace there, brace there. You get the drift, man. You definitely get the drift. But definitely hit that like, subscribe, and drop some comments. This is what it's gonna actually look like with the support beams, port, and all the pieces to make it a square box. And it's looking pretty good, guys. Drop some comments, let me know what you guys think, man. But this thing, the sturdiness of it and the integrity of its strength is definitely there. Next thing after we assemble the box is we are gonna actually go ahead and make the top of the box, and we're gonna do the cutout for where the subs are gonna actually go. But before that, I like again tonight I have to really tackle and think with my brain, what am I gonna actually do with the port and supporting the port and supporting this top part of the box, because it is gonna have flexibility, and I really don't want to jeopardize us not getting all the bass that we need to get out of her, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna have a lot of power in it. It's gonna definitely shake a lot of stuff, and it needs to be durable. I cannot stress that enough. Before we get started putting the box together, I just pretty much gotta, you know, make some quick lines just so I know where stuff's gonna go and where it's gonna get stapled at. And I'm gonna start off by doing the braces on the side of the baffles, because I'm pretty much gonna work from the outside in. I'm gonna assemble all the outside pieces, then braces are gonna go into play, and then the baffle can go on, and then the front piece where the port's gonna go on. Pretty much this brace that's right here, it's just so this baffle doesn't have no play, no flexibility. And like I always say, man, you know, go ahead and always brace up as much as possible, because the more braces, the better. So we're just gonna go ahead and mark it. That looks pretty good. Pretty much know where this side brace is gonna go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a straight line on it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and measure her out. So pretty much 3 3/4, and I'm gonna come on the other side, measure out the same, which is 3 3/4. Draw my line, and that gives me the measurement that I need, so the braces are symmetrical on the box. And right there, we're done. Set it into place, and then we're gonna measure her out, and just pretty much make sure that it's, you know, in the middle before we mark our lines, and we know where it's gonna be sitting in place. I always try to keep a little towel around, so whenever the glue oozes out, man, we can just pick it up, because we want the box to still look nice without no glue, even though at the end of the day it's gonna get covered with either carpet, Linex, etc., etc., but we still, you know, need to feel good inside, that, you know, it's nice and clean. Okay, you see how I said that it oozes out, man? It ain't nothing just to come back with a towel.
Hi guys.
And just clean it out.
Hi guys.
My daughter here is the biggest fan.
And don't be stingy with that glue, man, because it determines a lot. Strength and bond. That makes a good super box, I feel.
Let's go ahead and pick up. It's just like caulking, I guess. Okay, so I feel that went way too smoothly. There's something up. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put the back piece, and the back piece is actually going to go between the sides, because I feel if I would have put the back piece to sit on top of the sides, it gives a little bit more play for it to blow apart. But when I feel when it sits between the the sides, it actually holds a little bit more in place.
Take the most beating, and you need to make sure everything bonds.
Even though sometimes the glue doesn't like ooze through, man, just go ahead and just put some in the joints. It'll make you feel a lot better at night and gives us extra seal. But we can actually just come back with like silicone. I would actually prefer to use liquid nails to get pure good seal on her, but the wood glue does just as fine. I'm gonna come back, clean it up. Good. Let's go ahead and put the braces that we need, and then from that we can put the baffle, but it's looking good so far. You go ahead and put the braces on, man. Make sure you fill the bottom up good with glue, as well with the back of it that's going to sit up against the box, because very, very important. You don't want that thing to like rattle apart once that thing is jamming. You want that thing solid, and so we're going to actually go ahead and staple it, and then we're going to staple it from the bottom so it's really secure in there. Alright, so we got the side braces in. So I just stuck the baffles of the speakers inside there just because I want to see what it looked like real quick. And so far it's lining up pretty good. We're about to staple this guy down. And then once that gets done, we can actually just go ahead and put the baffle in. And it can get stapled in there. Then the front part of the box, which the port goes in there, it can go get slapped inside there. We need to make sure that the glue, it's really up against that edge. So I drew out my lines where the box needs to get stapled on the bottom side of it. And look at that. Not a single staple passed through, guys. Very awesome. Man, we in there like swimwear.